What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Happy 2026. We made it through another year, barely, but we did it. As you can probably see on YouTube, almost everyone is making their New Year's resolutions and goals videos for 2026, and I really am no different. This video is just going to be a quick, short one about my main goal for 2026. And as you can probably tell by the title, that is starting my own photography business. And I just kind of wanted to talk about the reasons why I want to do this, where I think I'm going in this, and where the channel specifically is going to be headed in the future. So let's talk about the why. And first and foremost, I think the most important one in my book is that I would be able to work for myself. Now, I know that there are going to be some of you out there saying, well, you still got to work with clients. Yes, that's true. But I don't have a manager breathing down my neck expecting me to be at this desk at 9 a.m. I will be working with clients. I have to work with people and their schedules, and there will be deadlines and timelines and projects that have to move at a certain speed. And that's cool. I don't mind that. What I do mind is the hours that I work. I am not a morning person. I do not wake up at 7 a.m. feeling good. My brain doesn't start working until like noon at the most. You know, outside of a scheduled shoot time, being able to log in to the computer and start working at noon or 1 or whatever time I have to is going to be much more freeing and more enjoyable and maintainable for me. And as long as the product at the end is being delivered, I'm meeting client or exceeding client expectations, hopefully by the deadline, everything is all good as long as stuff is getting done on time. And really, that's the kind of freedom I want. I know there will be schedules and stuff that I have to stay on, and that in itself is going to be stressful, but at least I won't have someone micromanaging my task and keeping track of everything all the time. I don't want that. I worked in programming for 10 years. That was a constant thing I had to struggle with, and I'm just over it. So big thing is I get to work for myself, and I will not be micromanaged at all, which will be fantastic. And the other main reason I want to do this is, well, I love cameras. That's simple. I always have, always will, and I want to work with them. I have my R8 right here. This is my main baby. We're shooting on an M50, and then over there I have way too many cameras to even store there. I'm gonna build a shelf back here at some point for them. But I wanted to find a way that I could work with cameras that was maintainable and something that I can do where I'm not getting myself burnt out on. I am not the best at human interaction. It gets very tiring for me very quickly. So being able to kind of limit how much I need to deal with a client is gonna be a challenge, but it's something I think I can work out. And that actually leads me to the next topic of this video, which is what area of photography am I going into? And I have decided on the exciting world of product photography. I know there's gonna be a couple of you out there that are like, product photography, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Hear me out. I have always enjoyed product photography. Every time I used to look at ads and stuff in magazines, I loved the composition and the colors and the textures and just all the details that go into making a good product photo. On top of that, and I keep saying this word, I feel that product photography is going to be a very maintainable thing for me to do. As I was mentioning before, working with people directly gets a bit tiring for me. I am autistic. It takes a lot of energy for me to deal with people that don't know how I work necessarily. And so working with different models on a daily basis and stuff like that would prove to be a challenge for me. So if I'm able to just have products and be working with just the products, or maybe the business owner as well, or maybe a model or two on occasion, it'll be a much more enjoyable and, again, maintainable experience for me. And I can do this a lot longer without reaching burnout. Again, if I am just working on my own and I have the products to shoot and I'm just here by myself, I can zone out and lock in and just enter a creative state that I don't think I can I don't think I'd be able to do with other people at the moment. That might change in the future with experience and practice, but as of right now, I think that's just where I'm sitting with this. So what does this all mean for the channel? The main focus of this year is going to be building this business, and I will be documenting the entire thing, starting from today until forever. We will be doing weekly videos on how the business is growing, the things I am running into that are causing trouble, the things I'm running into that aren't causing trouble, and making things a lot easier. Be talking about the business aspect of things like filing an LLC, building a website, business cards, designing a portfolio, all of that. And we'll also talk about the art of photography in itself. It's a skill that I need to get better at. Lighting, composition, color, contrast, all of it is stuff we will be discussing over the course of these videos. Occasionally, and I do mean occasionally, there will be some gear reviews thrown in. I want to be very clear, this is not going to turn into a gear channel. I am not about that. If you want to see gear reviews of the latest and greatest stuff, there are so many channels out there doing that right now. Go check them out. That is not what is going to happen here. The reviews I will be doing are for things that I purchase or pick up for the business and give an honest review of if I think they are helpful or not, in the long run. I am starting this whole thing on a very tight budget. I don't have a lot of money to be throwing around on equipment, so my gear choices are going to be very, very strict. Thankfully, I invested a lot of money previously into my camera gear, so I'm already pretty much set up on all that stuff. But things like lights, C-stands, any studio equipment I might need, I will have to invest in at some point, and we will talk about the pros and cons of all of that as that happens. And last but not least, I am going to be, at least trying to, interview some business owners of video and photography businesses here in Charlotte and maybe across the world if people want to reach out and we can do some interviews on that. I want to talk to people that have gone out of their way, maybe made a career change. I mean, I'm in my late 30s doing this entirely new career, and I know there are others out there that have been successful in that, and I know that because I've worked with some of them before, and others I just talk to pretty regularly on social media. So, eventually we'll have some sit downs, we'll have a chat, and I can ask them some questions about, running a business, starting it, getting it going, and maintaining it over a couple years. But yeah, that's all I think I really have for this video. I just wanted to make a quick one to say, hey, what's up? I'm still alive. I'm just been busy with life and health problems, but I'm okay now. And I'm very excited about 2026 moving forward and starting this entire adventure. I've never done anything like this or taken anything this seriously before. So it's really exciting. I hope you're excited. I hope you'll stick along. If you enjoyed this video whatsoever, please give it a like. It really does help out the channel a lot. And if you're interested in sticking around to see what happens, feel free to hit that subscribe button if that's what you're into. If not, no worries. But that's it. I guess I will just see you next week. Take care of yourselves, be kind to yourself and others, drink some water, and I'll see you then. Have a good one.